All right, thank you for joining me. We're going to go ahead and get started. And for some of you, this might be a review. You already know a lot about mindfulness, and for others of you, this is totally new. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness comes from thousands of years of people practicing certain disciplines and habits and meditations and things. But in modern day, when we're talking about mindfulness, we're talking about a certain way of seeing the world that helps you live in the present moment, free yourself from stresses, and be able to make responses rather than reactions when things come up. It helps you to have better control over your emotions and not suffer so badly when things go wrong, because we're able to reframe it in a way that doesn't let us get carried away with our thoughts and carried away with our emotions. So mindfulness, there's a lot of research behind it. It shows that it does powerful things to your brain. And especially as a teenager, your brain is under construction. We're going to talk more about that, but now is the time to embrace mindfulness and make it a habit. It is like any other exercise or practice in that you have to practice it. It's not going to work the first time, probably. It's going to take some repetition, but as you do that, you're going to reform new pathways into your brain that will help you to change the way you see the world and hopefully make you have a better, more fulfilling life. I practice mindfulness myself, and I can agree to that. I can attest to that it has changed the way I view things, and it's been something super helpful. So we're going to go ahead and get started. These little sessions are going to include mindfulness breathing practices. A lot of mindfulness is breath work, and other things would include some basic mindful movements like yoga, and then maybe a meditation at the end. Nothing too crazy. You'll notice I'm wearing jeans. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. The stuff we'll be doing shouldn't require too much stretching and bending. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to practice with mindfulness today, noticing our environment. So one of the big things about mindfulness is that you just observe and notice what's going on without judging it, without making an assumption about it. We're just noticing things. We're bombarded every day by media and advertisements and commercials. So things are pushed all the time to us to where we just kind of passively hear it and see it. When we focus on noticing those things around us, we can separate ourselves from that and start to understand what is the story that's being told to me through media, commercialism, ads, and what is the story I want to understand. So if the story I'm being told through an ad is that I'm not pretty unless I have this makeup, or I don't have friends unless I buy this gadget, or I need to drink this certain drink to be cool and popular, then we're being fed a story. But if we use mindfulness to notice what's going on, we can begin to say, I see that, I notice that that's what's being presented to me, and now I can separate myself from it. The other thing is true too, that you can use your senses, go outside and just notice what's around you and then better appreciate it. It's that whole stop and smell the roses thing. So less talking, more doing. What you're going to do first is notice this bell. All right, this is a Tibetan singing bowl. We hit it on the side and it makes a little noise. So what you're going to do, very first exercise, is I'm going to ring this bell. You're going to listen to the sound and just listen until you cannot hear it anymore. That's it. That's the only thing you have to do. So go ahead and get yourself mindfully seated. You could be standing like me too, but put on a mindful posture. That means sitting up nice and straight. You're welcome to close your eyes or leave them open, whatever feels right to you. So let's go ahead and listen and just take notice of when you don't hear the sound anymore. And I don't hear it anymore. And it might be different because you're hearing it in our recording, but this is a great mindful practice. How many of you found it difficult to take your attention and focus it just on that sound? If you're raising your hand, you're raising your hand with me, because I already noticed things happening all around me and got distracted. That's the other beautiful thing about mindfulness, is it trains you to notice the things that are happening around you, but also to train your attention to focus on something. For so many of us, we have an issue getting distracted and focusing on things. So this is a great practice to train your brain to stay focused on what you need to be focusing on. So the next little game we're going to play is one of my favorites called Ninja Eyes. So what we're going to do is I want you to, with your eyes, just notice what's happening around you. Just look around the room you're in right now and notice the objects and the things that are around you. Notice colors, notice furniture, notice if there's a mess on the floor, just notice it, okay? Now, I want you to notice my screen. I want you to notice what's in my background, what I'm wearing. Look around. Look up at your own ceiling. Look down at your own floor. And now I'm going to invite you to close your eyes again and don't peek, because this is the game. So you're going to cover your eyes. And I'm going to ask you a question. Do not open your eyes. Okay. What color is my shirt? Don't look. Try to see if you can remember what color my shirt is. Bonus question. What kind of sleeves are on my shirt? See, this is that ninja eyes. Ninjas take in everything in their environment. They know every nook and cranny. You're being a ninja right now, a mindful ninja. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. So my shirt's kind of I'll accept blue or green. In real life, it's kind of an emerald green. And then I don't have any sleeves. So hopefully you remembered that. It's a great game to play, again, just to notice your environment, notice what's going on around you, notice the things that are, the stories are being told to you, and also just stopping and smelling the roses, taking it all in. So that was your second mindful activity. Let's now move into some movement, okay? So I'm gonna adjust my screen so you can see me a little better. These are some basic yoga poses. Don't get freaked out by the word yoga though, okay? I'm not gonna make you go into a pretzel. That's not what I do. All right, I just spread my legs apart, and I'm not sure why, because we're actually gonna start with our legs directly below our hips, okay? And again, I'm cutting the top of my head off, so we're gonna fix that. All right, your feet are directly below your hips, shoulders up to your ears, and now bring them down. Excellent, your hands are kind of hanging loosely to your side. Put a micro bend in your knees. Make sure that your head is not jutting out. Knock it back in, yes. Imagine that there's a string coming through the top of your head, pulling through your spine, okay? Perfect. This is your mountain pose. The very first pose we learn in yoga is a mountain pose. It's basically how to stand up straight. For a lot of us, we're hunched over a desk, especially if you're doing things virtual right now. You've got the tech neck where you're looking at your cell phone all day. Oh, we're gonna fix that. So stand strong in your mountain pose, like a strong mountain. Perfect. Excellent. Now I want you to take your leg and just step it to the side, okay? So, and this one is important that you see my legs. So I'm gonna back this up a bit. Bear with me, I'm gonna move my mat back so you can see me better. Awesome, perfect. I've got one leg sticking out this way, one leg is like this. We're making a triangle with our legs today, okay? Go ahead, slide one arm down, bring the other arm straight up. This foot is pointed this direction. This foot here is turned in a bit. Awesome. Go ahead, and if you'd like, if it serves you, you can look here, or you can look up at the hand that's above you. Your hand here can be on your shin or down on the ground. Up to you. Let's hold that for a second. Now remember to breathe. Excellent. Now, if you're new to yoga, we won't be holding those poses very long. I want you to shift this leg. Make your lunge a little bit wider. Go ahead and put your front arm, just lay it on top of your thigh. Your knee should be above your ankle, not past it. Swoop your arm down. Bring on up, wrap that pinky back towards the back of the room. This is called extended side angle. So we're extending our side and we're kind of at an angle. Look there, it makes so much sense. You're in your pose right now. Breathe into it. Open up that side, lift your heart. If you want, you can look up. Bring that hand on down. Perfect. Awesome. Come back up to the middle. Now, walk your foot in a little bit. Make that lunge a little shorter. Same thing, other side. We always balance out our sides with yoga. All right. Well, I'm bending. I shouldn't be. We're going to be doing our triangle pose. So you remember you're making that triangle with your legs. This foot's pointed this way. Your back foot is kind of turned in a little bit, okay? Slide that hand on down. If it serves you, you can put it on the ground, otherwise lay it on your shin. You can look straight ahead at the screen, or you can look up at the hand, whatever works for you today. Listen to your body. Never do anything that feels painful. You should be stretching. It should be feeling like a stretch, but should never feel like pain. Your body will tell you if you're going into a dangerous place. So never, never hurt yourself. Yoga is not a competition. It's all about celebrating what our bodies can do. Awesome. Swoop your hand down, extend your lunge, stretch out that hand. You can widen that stance a bit. Your arm is laying on your thigh, your knee is directly above your ankle. Wrap that pinky to the back. Let's hold that for a second. Lifting your heart. Notice your breathing right now. Send air all the way down. Imagine there's an electric current going from the tip of your pinky down to the edge of your foot to that back heel. Awesome. Swoop it back up. Perfect. Go ahead and shake that out. Especially if you're not used to doing yoga, this is one we really need to shake out, and I feel that in my legs, which is good. Perfect. Awesome. Last one we're going to do. Step out nice and wide. Bring your arms out. This is called star pose. It looks like a star, like you were to draw a little star on your paper. If this feels right to you, great. If you want to take it to the next level, go ahead and lift up that other foot and hold. Because we live in such a sedentary lifestyle where we're sitting all the time, we're not moving all the time, we've kind of lost our ability to balance super well. So this is a great one for practicing. Ooh, I feel that one, y'all. Do you feel it? Oh man. Notice how I just like toe tapped a little bit. When I started to feel a little unstable, that's totally fine. You can just pop yourself back in. Oh, bring those arms down. Let's swing them. Get some blood back in my fingers. Awesome. Step wide. Star pose again. We always balance it out. Same thing, other side. I've got a wall here to help myself out. You're welcome to do the same. Or you can tap your toe on the ground. Star pose. You're a star. Let that star energy shine out your fingers, shine through your toe, radiate off of you. Excellent. Great. Go ahead and bring that down. Swing a little bit. Whew. That was a little bit of a workout. We notice our environment. We can just start to take in some of the beauty, the things that are around us. You start to pay attention. Think of yourself like Sherlock Holmes. A good detective notices everything. So you're being a detective and you're noticing, taking things in instead of letting stuff kind of pass you by. You're taking it all in. Awesome. Go ahead and take on a seated position where you're sitting cross-legged. We call it easy seat in yoga. I'm going to pause my video and adjust myself so we can sit together. All right, you should be sitting on the floor in easy seat right now. That basically just means cross-legged. I'm going to get myself adjusted. The beautiful thing about yoga is you can use props. Whatever you have handy, you're welcome to use. So if the ground is just uncomfortable, feel free to use a blanket. You can just use any old blanket, doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be a special color or type. Fold it and just sit on it. It makes a kind of little like seat pillow for your hips to sit on. Go ahead and get settled, shoulders back and down. If this is your first time meditating, or if you're not a practiced meditator, I guess, then don't worry. This is going to be a really easy one. We're just going to watch our thoughts. So part of noticing things is also noticing not only what's going on around us, but also what's going on inside our bodies. So we're going to take notice of the things that are happening in our brain. Thinking is normal and natural. We are meant to think. We are not here to try to keep you from thinking. I would fail over and over and over again if I try to tell you not to think. Not possible. Instead, I'm going to give your brain a job. And the job I'm going to give your brain is to watch your thoughts. So your thoughts are going to come, and I want you to picture like your brain has a highway. And this highway, got lots of lanes on it. It's pretty busy. And every thought that we have is like a car going down the highway. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit on the side of this imaginary highway, and every time you have a thought, You're gonna watch it drive by like it's a car on that highway. And instead of trying to run out in the street and stop the cars from coming, because that's silly, we cannot stop our thoughts from happening, you're just gonna watch them go on by. You're also not gonna go chasing after a car to, you know, track it down and, you know, explore it. Those are those thoughts where it's like, ooh, what am I having for dinner tonight? Maybe I'll have a spicy black bean burger. That sounds really good. Nope. Bring yourself back. We do that lovingly. If you notice yourself chasing after a thought, drifting away, getting distracted, don't go, oh man, I messed up. I did it again. Nope. We don't do that. That's adding judgment to it. We're not judging ourselves. All we have to do is go, oh, looks like I got distracted. Bring yourself back to the side of that highway. Bring yourself back to the side of that highway. We always say it's like in mindfulness that your brain is like a puppy, and puppies will often try to like wander away and go do things they're not supposed to do and get into stuff they're not supposed to get into, and you don't like, stop it. You just go, come back. No, come back this way. Let's be over here. You're doing the same thing with your mind. Your mind is like this really cute puppy. It just doesn't know what to do with itself, and we're just gonna start to slowly train it to come back to where it's supposed to be, okay? Easy enough. So don't go getting upset if you chase 50 cars in the next minute, because we're only going to do it for 1 minute. Okay. So go ahead and sit in your mindful posture, strong back, soft front. Your head is directly above your neck. Chin is not jutting out. Nice and strong. And let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose. And now slower, long exhale through your mouth. Your exhale needs to be longer than your inhale. And notice you could hear my exhale because I'm putting a little bit of resistance there. That's perfect. Imagine like you're breathing through a straw. Let's do that again together. Breathing in. And now out. One more time. If you prefer to breathe out through your nose, that's fine. The important part is making your exhale longer than your inhale. Last one, breathing in. Sending air all the way down to your lungs, the bottom of them, holding the breath. And now slowly releasing. Excellent. Let your breath fall into a natural rhythm now. I invite you to close your eyes or to soften your gaze and look downward. If you're not comfortable with having eyes closed, that's fine. And go ahead and picture yourself sitting on the side of that highway. And every thought that you have for the next minute is a car going down that highway. I'm going to set my timer. And when you hear my bell again, you'll know that it's time to bring your attention back to this space and stop watching traffic, okay? Begin watching your traffic now. Your attention should be back here, open eyes if you don't have them open already. Was that easy or hard? Mine was really hard. My highway was super busy today. I had a ton of thoughts just kind of flooding that road. You might have found it easy though. You might have found it very peaceful and easy to just sit and watch your thoughts. If so, that's great. It's a great thing to give your brain kind of a chill out recess. And if this is something that you find difficult, don't worry. You can practice and you'll learn to get a little bit better at it. And even on you know, if you're a professional, you're still going to have days where your traffic is just a traffic jam, if you will. So that's pretty much it. My challenge to you would be to watch your traffic later on today, just one time, like before you lay down and go to sleep at night. Just notice what pops up. You might learn something about yourself, like, whoa, I have a lot of thoughts about this, or oh, that seems to keep popping up in my brain. By watching our thoughts, we start to learn a lot more about ourselves, and that's always a good thing. So thank you so much for doing mindfulness with me, for doing yoga with me, and for watching your thoughts with me. I appreciate it, and I look forward to doing this with you again. See ya.